right, YouTube, what's going on? I'm back again. We're gonna do things a little different. This one maybe not be 100% powder coating. There's gonna be powder coating in this video, no doubt. We're gonna be doing something. I'll explain it more. I just went and picked it up in the back. This project got a little out of hand pretty quick, thanks ADD, but I wasn't getting my hopes up. It took me a little bit to get what's in my bed, but who I bought it off of and our schedules didn't line up, so no big deal. But I got it. I'm pretty excited. I haven't been this excited in a while. So I'll explain more of what we're gonna do once I get home and show you what I got. Till then, sit tight, stay tuned, and welcome to PCC. All right, I'm back. It's actually the next day. I got home and it was getting dark, so I said screw it, so I went in and helped the wife with the baby. But this is what I bought. Don't look like much, but 5.9, it's a 12 valve Cummins. When I first bought it, I'm like, why does it have a Ford symbol on here? Like, that blew my mind kind of. But then I was talking to a buddy that knows them. He was like, oh, they're built for Fords. Obviously right here. I bought it and the guy said it came out of an F650. It was a dump truck. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So I think my buddy said these may be a little bit more like industrial 5.9. Some stuff's different. So it's harder to find parts. I don't know. I know nothing about 12 valves. I just know it takes 4 wires. I don't know exactly, but it takes 4 wires and it'll run. The starter is not going to be starting anymore. She done cracked, but that's okay. It came with, what are these? An NV? I don't know. I don't even know. It's an automatic trans. I wish it was an Allison. That would have been sick, but it's not. But it just so happens that I actually have an F650. My box truck, I use it for my business. I do powder coating. That's not what I bought it for. It's kind of a coincidence, though. I wonder, actually, I was having issues with my dipstick. Let's see. So there's the, oh no. My dipstick on that kind of broke, so my buddy who owns a diesel shop had to modify it. I'm like, man, I wonder if this one's any better, but I don't think so. But yeah, I got it for a steal. I wasn't even looking for one. The gentleman I bought it off of, nicest guy in the world, so he had it sitting around as a backup for his machines, but he was decluttering, so he was like, dude, this much money, come get it. I'm like, oh, like, ain't no one gonna find one for that cheap. So it's complete. It's been sitting like this, so I'm hoping the cylinder walls and everything are fine. Granted, this isn't a super old dog. What has it got, like 160 horsepower? So we ain't breaking records, but all right, we're back here, back at home. Got my box truck. Here's the Mustang we're gonna put this thing in. It's 02 GT, 99,000 miles, rust free. I got it from a friend. He did the go-to upgrades, throttle body, got some brakes, tune, exhaust, all that fun stuff. Took it out. Someone, pulled out in front of him, he hit him. And, sometimes when you get to a project, you're like, man, I'm over it. So then he traded me, because I had a trailer, gave me this. So I originally, super clean. You got some damage on the birds like to use it. Got some damage on the back. Obviously the front's pushed in. It's almost hitting the belt. But it drives fine, it runs fine, sounds good. So really all I had to do, what I have to do is put a core support, the part that holds the headlights in, this piece obviously, I think that accordion bumper impact thing is like $20, which I actually bought it all. I have it in the barn. So I was just gonna fix it. All right, so I showed you the Mustang. I showed you the Cummins we're going to put inside the Mustang. So now, between that video and now, I bought a few things thinking I was going to get that done before. I don't know, I just buy a million different projects. But I said, I stopped. I said, I'm not going to do that because I just know myself. So I actually sold those projects for a little bit more. You know, I made some money. And then I've seen something else on Marketplace. So I bought it. They're pretty new. I really don't like this. You know, I don't like the made in China, but I mean, we got to just come to the conclusion nowadays that everything is made in China. And I don't like being the guy to say it, but a lot of stuff that's made in the US kind of sucks too, because they just are pumping stuff out. So, but anyway, that one leaks a little bit. I think it's just the connect and fitting. The guy said he only used it like 10 times. I bent the safety loading it into the truck because these are not light when you're loading them and unloading them by yourself. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be perfect. And my barn isn't the best, isn't the biggest, isn't the best. It's nice. So when I'm done, I'll just unbolt them, move them to the side, and we're good. So yeah, I bought that for the Mustang because I'm fat and I don't want to be on the ground trying to pull the trans and stuff. But I don't think that's how I'm going to do it anyway. But obviously you got to get underneath to unbolt the cross member and everything. But yeah, so I'm going to clean up my mess. I got to move the table. These aren't even connected. I just put them kind of where I wanted them. So I got to square them up, drill holes, pound anchors into the ground, get them into the ground. So anyway, back to the Mustang. I finally got it on the lift. The lift is good. I had to pull it up because I kept bowing the side skirts. Got the tire off. Now this video, I'm just gonna work on getting all this off. We're gonna take this fender off. It's kind of damaged. They might be able to straighten it, save it, but you go to the junkyard, you could probably pull these off. I don't know, they'll probably give it to you, what, 40 bucks a piece? But I spent a little money already. When I get this part, I'll show you it, but it's a must for this swap. But yeah, let's get down to it. Technically now it's on jack stands. I need to get my bigger jack stands for the back because I got like the little tiny ones and I got them maxed out, and I never like to max out jacks. But I have my other jacks in my shop which aren't here, so oh well. All right, we're back. New battery. Let me clamp you to my shop back. All right, so we got to take the inner fender liner out. I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me? There we go. Inner fender liner out. It's held on by a couple Phillips. Hold on. Can you hear me? There. It kind of hurts pulling on the beard, but fender, and then a couple Phillips screws and just the clips. Do you a favor, go to Harbor Freight and get you some of these. I literally lose them and just buy them every time I go there. They're a couple bucks. These are like less than $10, and they're just like the help. You pull the clips, you put it in, you squeeze, and they pop out. These are awesome. I brought bags home from my shop too, so I'm gonna try to label everything. Let me get my Phillips screwdriver. This mic really hurts my beard. Then when I put it on my shirt, my chicken neck just squishes it and I probably sound muffled. Just a clip up here. Squeeze. I'll just do this now. Is there a clip down there? Yes, there is. This thing is so much, it goes all the way under. Like, it's so much bigger than I thought. More clippies. you know. That one's kind of way in there. So the fender's super easy. There's two 8mm bolts in the door. So you open the door, there's two bolts. There's two bolts under this, hence why we had to do that. And then there's just bolts along the top here. Now if I could find the socket I was using, their 8mm. You could pretty much take apart a Mustang with like 8 and 10 and probably two other ones. But all right, so there's two down here. These are the ones that I couldn't get to before on the other side. There's those. Look at you, these. Put those right there for now. And they're just the top ones. I'm gonna take these off first, then I'm gonna take that last one off. Hold it. It should. It'll come off. Ta-da! All right, guys, so I took a few things off. Air cleaner, coolant reservoir, the bumper. I mean, man, this thing, it's crazy. Now that if I keep looking at it, it hit here and just pushed this whole thing over. Obviously, you can see the paint chips. Obviously, you see the damage. But, you know, some people will be like, oh, it's only damaged over here. It's crazy. I just drained the coolant, too. It didn't hurt the rad. Like, the rad is still good. But, I mean, it bent this to the point where it was obviously smashing into the radiator. Like, you would think, oh, this side's good, but paint chipping off stuff like that is a kind of a sign that something was jolted or it's broke. You see how, like, the corners are chipped? It's been pushed in. Like, this whole thing's, core support's junk. And I said how, oh, maybe the Mustang is bent. It's definitely not. You can't see inside that, but obviously you see that metal in there. There's no paint on the backside, which tells me that this was all closed when it was painted. So it definitely, I could see rust. So this is definitely pushed in. But I'm not really worried about that. Again, I'm cutting that all off. As long as the K-member's good, I don't think the damage, it wasn't a like high speed, I don't know, probably 10, 15 mile an hour, probably just did all this, but it's not high speed to where the K-member is tweaked or anything. I'll find more about that. Right now, I'm gonna work on getting the rad out. I'm gonna pull the rad, get everything off the K-member, or off the core support, and I'm gonna cut this core support out. So I'm gonna get the rad out, the radiator, and then I will get back to you, and then we're gonna cut the K-member out. Why do I keep saying K-member? Core support. And then, yeah, we're gonna go from there. I gotta unbolt a few other things. And yeah, we'll be back. All right, so got the rad out, the fan. Now we got to get the condenser out, and now that I recycled the Freon accordingly, and it's all over my hands. Now we can unbolt the condenser. It's kind of going to be tweaked in there, so I'll take you along the way. This is where someone's going to tell me, probably not, because 3 people are going to be watching this, but come on now. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. All right, so now you can get the condenser out. No, that's all recycled. I hate like compressed things, not like, well, yeah, I guess so. Like springs. That sucks to get out. Like pneumatics, air. I don't know, like especially like hydraulics. I used to work with hydraulics a lot. Some stuff we have is 10,000 psi, which is cut you in half. All right, so long. Anyway, so it was scary just recycling that frame. I don't even know how this condenser comes out. I'm just... I can only imagine the green stuff in the condenser fluid, air, whatever that is either leak stop or dye to try to find a leak. But it was everywhere. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to ruin it, and it sucks. I don't. Man, I'll try not to. But it's been hit over here, so it's kind of compressed in. But everything is so bent. I'm gonna try to save it because. Okay. Hey, we saved it. We did it. We did it. I'm gonna grab all of the bracket because I could probably use all this stuff for what this motor is going to be going into, and we'll get that at a later date because we're working on one project at a time here. So, alrighty then. All right, so I got a lot of everything taken apart. That's off. I'm gonna start cutting the core support and just kind of wiggling it and see what I got to cut. I see there's a little shifty looking weld there, a shifty looking weld there. I'm sure there's some shifty welds down below, but that's all I see. So I'm gonna do that and just start wiggling and jiggling. Maybe some pinch welds or some, not pinch welds, those welds I forgot to call it at the moment, but I'm gonna use the old grinder. At the very minimum, people, for PPE, just wear safety glasses. I can't tell you how many stuff I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a quick cut, something gets in my eye, I look over with my other good eye, it's currently not stabbed with metal, and I see safety glasses. Take 2 seconds, put them on. For me, I can't find any, so I'm just gonna have to use these, you know, something is better than nothing. So, all right, let's try to do this. All right, we're getting somewhere. Leather gloves, lifesaver when you're using a grinder. Look at that. Almost just ripped through my knuckle. That would have been a bad day. But check it out. I can fix that. I can fix that. Ooh, safety glasses. I just had something hit me right under the safety glasses. That's it. There it is. Luckily this thing's wrecked because I just cut. There you go. It was really hard to cut through that because it was just so smushed, but man, it'll make pulling that motor easy now, boy. We did it. No injuries. I did burn myself a little bit. You know, I got them dudes on with nylon socks and sparks, but little sizzles ain't gonna do anything, but nothing on fire. We're really getting there now. Kind of want to pull the motor now, but let me kind of clean up a little bit, get everything clean and thrown away, yada yada, and we'll be back. All right, Mustang saga continues. So I don't know where we left off. I think I left off on cutting. Yes, that's it. Cut the core support out. All right, so this is where we're at. We cut the core support out. Now I'm kind of slowly, I unwired the motor as much as I could, I think. You know, the injectors, all that fun stuff, all the vacuum lines, that. I just removed the drive shaft. I got the driver's side exhaust manifold unbolted from the exhaust, the X pipe. I still have to do the other side. The other side is kind of squished up against some stuff on the passenger side here. You can't see it, but it's way up in there. Okay, so I got the manifold bolt out. Not the manifold bolt, because, well, technically it's the manifold bolt that holds the exhaust. The one I was actually stressing about, that was when I pointed inside that little area, was loose, so I just spun it off. Got the other one off too. It's weird. This side, the bolts were 13 mil, so half inch, and the other side were 15 mil. So I don't know if they were changed or whoever had it, that's what they used. But anyway, so now what I also got to do is I got to take the shifter assembly, like the plastics and stuff off. There should be 3 Allen bolts or some 4 bolts, and I'll just pull that shifter right off the trans. So that's out of the way. My buddy said he'll be home shortly, so I'm going to ask him. Hopefully I can use his cherry picker. Then buzz off the motor mounts. Still got to find a spot to put the chain to pick up the motor, but I think that should be easy. But let me lower it back down and get it off. When I pulled the drive shaft, I forgot juice was going to come out of the tail end of the trans, so that was fun. But let me lower it back down so I can get in it, pull that shifter, and then we'll come back out here, but I'll take you along the way. Why not, huh? All right, we got you back in. So I pulled those out. Sorry, you're in my, I hit you again. Pulled those bolts out, then the lever came off. Then that rubber piece came off that we were fighting, that I threw over there. And now you're left with the trans. This is literally a transmission, this is where you shift. It's really cool, it's right here. So like when people put short door shifters on these cars, you literally just do that. You unbolt these 4 13 millimeter bolts, pull the shifter right off, make sure it's full of juice, put the new one on, line it up, bolts it in. And I tell you it's that easy because I did it when I was younger. I put a Steeda Triax, bad puppy. And honestly, I didn't think a short door would make a difference, but it does. I just shift the whole console over. Good news, the trans is loose because I took the bracket up, I took it off the bracket, but oh, that's metal, so we're good. We can pry on that. There it goes. I think so. Let's see. And there you go. You just got to put that ball into that ball hole and pop it out. So what I'm going to do is bring this out here. I'm gonna bring you out as well. I'll be back with you guys, but I'm gonna cut a piece of cardboard out and put it right where this was so no debris falls in it, because I'm still using this stuff for another project. This is going in a different truck. Maybe. We'll see. But let me do this and I'll get back to you guys. All I did was get a cardboard, make a thing. I throw 2 bolts in there just to protect it, because obviously we're going to be pulling it out if something falls in there. But so now what my objective is doing is trying to find a place, 2 places to bolt onto the motor to lift it up. All right. Sorry if I sound a little funky. My mic died and my charger is at the shop. But so we got some weird noises when you guys are here. But anyway, so I had to take the intake off. I put it over there. I couldn't find any bolts to put it in. I got it on this tiny bolt there, and another intake bolt over there, which is M10, the head. So it's a pretty small bolt, but got the motor mount bolts out. I'm gonna try to lift it, and we're gonna see what happens here. I'm gonna mount you. The bolts are gonna bend. Out of this side, here it's pouring. It's out of this side. Now it's just pouring fluid all over the place. Let's see what I'll be able to do. I'm gonna lift it on the lift because the jack stands are hitting the cherry picker. What was that? Just hear that? I don't know if you guys hear that. Let me see if I can take you outside. It literally sounds like someone's running on the roof of my barn. Look at these big things. Look at, there he is. There's the culprit right there. Look at them all. I'm not crazy. Honestly, that was scary as shit. All right, so now the jack stands aren't doing really anything, but we'll see how it goes. did it. The engine and the trans is out. Honestly, I mean, since we could pull it forward, it wasn't that hard. I just had to undo some stuff that I forgot. I couldn't barely get my jack in there to get the trans up to get it out. It just kept falling and just snagging, like it's like an anchor on the bottom of the ocean. Everything I would pull it out and it would just snag on something, but I got it out. The motor's out. I'm so excited. I haven't pulled a motor since my last Mustang, and that was a long time ago. Probably 6-7 years ago. But we're back. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna clean up. I forgot my oil dry at my shop, but I think that's gonna end this one too. 2 big milestones. I think we did good. So 3rd video, I'm gonna, in between videos, I might like take all the wiring harnesses, remove them, or get them out of the way, and get it ready to be further cut for the front end. Because, like I said, we got to remove everything, all this on each side. The fuse panel, I think that's for the ABS. But yeah, I want to get all this, get cleaned. It's probably not going to happen today. I'm going to try to clean up my tools and myself, but just so we can get ready for the next round. But the motor's out. So if you guys want to keep following, I mean, it's been pretty boring, just pulling a motor on a Mustang, but this is where it's going to start to get interesting, the 3rd video. So thank you, like, subscribe if you want to keep following this project. I'm going to have plenty more projects. I already got them in line, so let me know. See you guys. Thank you.